Some prayers do not require the voice because of the elevation and the location of the sun in the sky. But some prayers do, right? So now, I remember in the absence of cell phones, and if there aren't cell phones, then there's not a lot of extra low frequency towers and a lot of EMF towers pushing these frequencies out. That I remember going to some parks, and they'll say this park in particular is cool because people don't get shot and beat up over there, but this park is terrible over there. Don't even go over there because them niggas is crazy over there. And they could be just a few blocks away, but this one is known for being turned up, while this one is not that turned up, right? And what happens is, it's the sun's declination and where the sun's position is, and the presence of foliage, trees or no trees in the environment has a great degree to do with the application of how you amplify your telepathy. And I remember certain areas and certain streets in particular, people who know, who've been to the East Coast and to the West Coast, and if you ever been to Bedford-Stuyvesant or certain parts of Park Slope, and you're on a tree-lined block, in the summertime, it is the most blissful experience ever to be in the shade of those trees and around those particular types of trees. So trees emit certain and it's crazy because somebody just texted me a minute ago about trees, and I'm like, that's interesting. And I'll go like this. I say, I want to call them phytotoxins inside of various trees. They are toxic to the hormones that create stress in humans. And this is why many of us feel the best life that we ever lived, and time dilates different, and we experience different emotions and higher vibrations in the company and in the presence of of what I call in the presence of foliage, green, the trees, you heard? And then if you ever got the opportunity, shout out to anybody that has a house. If you got a home, please go out in your backyard and take your shoes off and go find you some peace and go get you a tree and hug it. If you got a tree in your backyard, you are so fortunate. Go hug you some trees, for real. And make a deep connection to one of the things that can actually, so this is one of the things I start the book with, is in order for me to prove that we have telekinesis, we have to go to the natural world where telekinesis exists, and we know it exists in the plant world. Plants in your house can communicate to one another from long distances and instruct and tell one another and give them updates about the environment. We know this. So we're not that short away from plants. You heard? Reverend Valentine taught us years ago, we the Saptapama, or the man plant. You heard? That we follow the same edicts of the plant world, for real. So I had to go there first to qualify what I was saying, and it exists there. And then if you are what you eat, and you consume a process, and by design, and design denotes purpose, and what I just told you, we can consume carbon to receive the energy that it harnesses, right? I'm telling you that there's a great, and this book is amazing, bro, for real. The book is amazing. So just to illustrate some of the things that we talked about, I guess this is a good time, if you want to, load up the slides.
Indeed. Let's start with slide number 1. I guess you already touched on the whole rice thing.
See, but you remember I told you in the thing that I put them in backwards. You heard?
Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
Yeah, no, my bad. I texted to you. My bad, King.
Yeah. All right, so let's start with slide 6.
Yeah.
Well, it's start. This is slide 7 here.
Okay.
So I see what you're saying. Okay.
That's my amazing artwork. Yeah.
Facts.
For real. You feel me?
That is fine.
363 presents. My amazing design, you heard, that I utilize. For real.
Indeed.
You know,
Indeed.
I'm prompt master flex. You heard? Promise you. Promise
Got
you.
you. Got
Promise
you.
you. So of course, Black Magic PC3 presents Ghetto Telepathy. So next, yeah, we can go to the next slide. So Ghetto Telepathy, and it encompasses and it also covers these two other areas called precognition and retrocausality. So precognition, it refers to the ability to perceive or know about future events before they happen. And it often suggests a form of extrasensory perception where individual has knowledge of something that has not yet occurred. Now, retrocausality, on the other hand, is a concept in philosophy and physics that suggests the possibility of effects occurring before their causes. In other words, it implies the future events can influence past events, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember, to go back to the other thing that I was talking about as far as our environment is concerned, there is this, I also put this in the book as well, that the ability, the thing that connects us all is the plant life. If plant life can have telekinesis, then the presence of trees assists as antennae in our ability to do so. And this is why we also always had trees at the beginning of narratives and stories, because that is our direct conduit to deity. If somebody passed away or died, the first thing people want to do is bring flowers to you, because it's emblems and significance that from where we come is to where we return. So flowers are beautiful, but they come here and they smash into the planet in the form initially as what as particulate matter. You heard? Light code transmission, slamming into the planet, getting caught up in magnetic field. So now us in the environments that we come from, we live in environments that's laden heavily with concrete. In my book, I speak about concrete's inability to process radiative energy, and it shoots radiation right back up to you, King. You heard?
Mm.
So imagine, in the absence of what you call it devices, imagine a hot day in New York City in 1981, 82, in a park. This is before they even started using really a lot of certain asphalt. Everything was this concrete. I remember asphalt started coming later. You know, and everything was concrete. And this assisted in the mindset and how the collective psychology of the people was operating, was based off of the sun's interaction with their environment, including its bouncing off of the concrete and its effect on the human body. You feel me? So now the all cultures have this notion that we can communicate long distances, but the thing and the problem to the regular people is that you think that you being able to communicate a long distance, it comes in a version of you hearing your mother say something specifically, or you hear your mother's voice from a long distance, and it's not like that.